When we think about the idea of mastering our desires, what comes to mind? It may conjure images of ascetics living atop remote mountains, far from the pulls of everyday life. But what if I told you that true mastery of desire, the path to superconsciousness, and the cultivation of deep, lasting bliss, isn't about running away from life but rather embracing it in a radically different way? To master our desires, we must first understand their nature, their roots, and their influence over our lives. We must dive into the fire to know its heat and emerge tempered, not consumed. Let us begin by exploring what desire truly is. At its essence, desire is an impulse, a pull from within that guides our thoughts, words, and actions. Some desires are instinctive, our need for food, shelter, love, and safety. Others, however, are cultivated by our environment, shaped by the stories we tell ourselves and the values our societies uphold. Ask yourself, how often are my desires truly my own? How often do I chase what others expect of me? The answers may surprise you. The journey towards superconsciousness is not about eradicating desire altogether. It's about transcending the grip it has over us, and realigning it with our higher purpose. Consider for a moment how a child reaches out for a toy they see for the first time. The child's eyes are bright with longing, their tiny hands reaching, heart thumping with excitement. In that moment, the desire is pure, untainted by social norms or hidden agendas. As adults, however, our desires often come layered with expectations, fear of failure, pride, and insecurity. How can we navigate these complexities? The key lies in self-awareness, in stepping back to observe our desires without judgment. You might say, but that sounds difficult. How do I observe my desires when I am so deeply attached to them? This is where mindfulness comes in, a practice of being fully present, of witnessing thoughts as they arise and letting them pass like clouds across the sky. Meditation is our gateway. When you close your eyes and sit quietly, you become both the observer and the observed. At first it is challenging. The mind jumps like a restless monkey, clutching onto one thought, then the next. But with time and practice, you will notice a shift. Your awareness becomes expansive. You see each desire for what it is, energy-seeking expression. What is the root of this desire, you may ask yourself? Is it fear? Is it love? Is it a need for validation? Such deep questioning allows you to peel back the layers of your consciousness and begin the process of mastery. Reaching superconsciousness, a heightened state of awareness where bliss and clarity are constant companions, requires courage. It is a journey that tests your limits and forces you to confront your shadow. The shadow, that part of ourselves we often try to ignore, is the keeper of many desires we suppress or deny. Have you ever noticed how repressing a desire often makes it stronger? This is because resistance feeds what we resist. To transform our desires, we must first accept them without attachment. Therein lies a paradox. By fully accepting our desires, we loosen their hold over us. Imagine standing before a storm. The wind howls, rain lashes at your skin, and lightning streaks across the sky. To master your desires is not to hide from the storm, but to step into it with an unshakable core, knowing it cannot uproot you. This strength comes from stillness, from the deep realization that you are more than your desires. You are the awareness that perceives them. This is where true power lies. Yet I must ask you, are you ready to let go of the comforts that attachment to desire provides? Are you prepared to face the discomfort of seeing yourself without masks, to release the narratives that keep you tethered to illusion? It is no easy feat, but within it lies freedom. Welcome back. In our exploration of mastering desires and reaching superconsciousness, we uncovered the importance of self-awareness, mindful observation, and detachment. But understanding our desires is only the beginning. Transformation requires active engagement and a willingness to align our desires with our highest purpose. This is where true mastery begins to take form. When we think about transformation, we often imagine radical change, a complete overhaul of our lives, thoughts, and actions. But genuine transformation often starts with small, intentional steps. Think of it as planting seeds of change. Each act of mindfulness, every conscious choice to redirect your energy, is a seed that will one day bear fruit. It may seem slow at first, but transformation is a cumulative process. Ask yourself, Am I patient enough to cultivate these seeds? Am I willing to nurture them with care, even when progress seems invisible? To align your desires with a higher purpose, you must first gain clarity on what that purpose is. What drives you? What fills you with a sense of meaning and fulfillment? For some, it may be service to others. For others, it may be creative expression, healing, or teaching. Whatever your purpose, it acts as a guiding star, a light that can help you navigate the stormy seas of desire. Take a moment to reflect on a desire that has dominated your thoughts. Perhaps it is a desire for success, love, recognition, or security. Now ask yourself, how does this desire align with my higher purpose? Does it serve my growth or does it hold me back? This questioning is not meant to judge or suppress your desires, but to bring them into conscious awareness. When you understand the true nature of your desires, you can channel their energy in ways that elevate you and those around you. One powerful way to align desires with purpose is through the practice of intention setting. Before you act on a desire, pause and set a clear intention. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What do I hope to achieve? This simple practice can transform even the most mundane actions into opportunities for growth and connection. For example, if your desire is to achieve professional success, set an intention to use your skills to uplift others, create meaningful work, or contribute to a greater cause. This shifts the focus from self-centered ambition to purposeful contribution. But even with the best intentions, we will face challenges. Old patterns of attachment, fear, and insecurity do not vanish overnight. In moments of struggle, it is important to practice self-compassion. We are all human, and the path to mastery is not linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when our desires seem too powerful to control. When this happens, remember that you are not alone. Every spiritual seeker, every human being has walked this path. Be gentle with yourself. Recognize your efforts and recommit to your journey. One powerful way to align desires with purpose is through the practice of intention setting. Before you act on a desire, pause and set a clear intention. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What do I hope to achieve? This simple practice can transform even the most mundane actions into opportunities for growth and connection. For example, if your desire is to achieve professional success, set an intention to use your skills to uplift others, create meaningful work, or contribute to a greater cause. This shifts the focus from self-centered ambition to purposeful contribution. But even with the best intentions, we will face challenges. Old patterns of attachment, fear, and insecurity do not vanish overnight. In moments of struggle, it is important to practice self-compassion. We are all human, and the path to mastery is not linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when our desires seem too powerful to control. When this happens, remember that you are not alone. Every spiritual seeker, every human being has walked this path. Be gentle with yourself. Recognize your efforts and recommit to your journey. Let us explore a practical tool for transforming desire visualization. Visualization is a powerful way to align your energy with your higher purpose. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living in alignment with your true self. See yourself acting from a place of love, wisdom, and courage. Visualize your desires being fulfilled in ways that benefit not only you but the world around you. How does it feel? What emotions arise? This practice can help you anchor your desires in a higher vision, making it easier to act in alignment with your purpose. Now let us turn our attention to the role of the ego. The ego is often seen as the enemy on the spiritual path, but it is not inherently bad. The ego is simply a part of us that seeks to protect and preserve our sense of identity. However, when the ego becomes overactive, it can lead to attachment, fear, and suffering. To master our desires, we must learn to work with the ego, not against it. This means recognizing when the ego is in control and gently guiding it back into balance. Ask yourself, is this desire driven by my higher self? Or is it a product of ego-driven fear and pride? This awareness can help you navigate the complexities of desire with greater clarity. Another important aspect of mastering desires is learning to embrace discomfort. growth and transformation often require us to step outside of our comfort zones. When you feel the pull of a desire that does not serve your higher purpose, resist the urge to numb or distract yourself. Sit with the discomfort, observe it, breathe into it. Over time, you will find that the discomfort loses its power over you. You become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of choosing consciously. But what about desires that are inherently destructive or harmful? These desires must be faced head-on. Suppressing them will only give them more power. Instead, bring them into the light of awareness. Acknowledge their presence and explore their roots. Often, destructive desires are born from unmet needs or unresolved pain. By addressing these underlying issues, you can transform the energy of the desire into something positive and life-affirming. As we continue this journey, remember that mastery is not about perfection. It is about progress, about choosing each day to live in alignment with your highest self. There will be moments of bliss and moments of struggle. Both are necessary for growth. Embrace the highs and the lows, knowing that each experience is a step on the path to superconsciousness. Ask yourself, am I willing to let go of what no longer serves me? Am I ready to step into the unknown, trusting that I am guided by a higher purpose? These are not easy questions, but they are essential for true mastery. In the end, the journey to superconsciousness is about remembering who you are, a being of infinite potential, capable of deep, lasting bliss. This state of being is not a distant goal, it is your birthright. All you need to do is wake up to it, moment by moment, desire by desire. Welcome to the final part of our journey. So far, we have explored understanding and mastering desires, aligning them with a higher purpose, and transforming our relationship with the ego. Now, we turn our attention to living in superconsciousness, a state of heightened awareness, bliss, and profound connection to all that is. This is the fruit of mastery, the place where desires become aligned with the flow of life, and every action becomes an expression of your true self. To live in superconsciousness is to be fully present, deeply rooted in the now. It is a state in which you are no longer enslaved by desires or aversions. Instead, you move through life with grace, responding to each moment with wisdom and compassion. But what does this look like in practice? How can we maintain such a state amidst the chaos and demands of everyday life? It begins with cultivating presence. Presence is the doorway to superconsciousness. It allows us to see reality as it is, without the distortions of fear, expectation, or attachment. To cultivate presence, we must practice mindfulness in all aspects of life. When you wake up in the morning, take a few moments to breathe deeply and become aware of your body, your thoughts, and your surroundings. As you go about your day, bring mindful attention to each action, no matter how mundane. Washing dishes, walking, eating, or speaking, every act can become a meditation. This practice grounds you in the present and helps you break free from habitual patterns of thought and behavior. Living in superconsciousness also means embracing the interconnectedness of all life. You are not separate from the world, you are a part of it, intimately connected to every being, every tree, every star. When you see yourself in others, compassion naturally arises. Acts of kindness become expressions of your true nature, not obligations. Ask yourself, how can I serve others today? How can I be a source of light and love in this world? These questions guide your actions and align your desires with a greater good. One of the greatest obstacles to living in superconsciousness is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These are the chains that bind us. To overcome fear, we must confront it with courage and self-compassion. When fear arises, do not push it away, instead invite it in. Sit with it, observe it. Ask, what is this fear trying to teach me? Often fear is a messenger, pointing us toward areas of growth and healing. By facing our fears, we dissolve their power and reclaim our freedom. Let us consider the role of gratitude in cultivating deep, lasting bliss. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. It opens our hearts and connects us to the abundance of life. Each day, take time to reflect on the blessings in your life. Even in the darkest moments, there is always something to be grateful for. A breath, a kind word, a ray of sunlight. Gratitude transforms our perception and brings us closer to the state of bliss that is our birthright. As we deepen our practice, we may encounter moments of profound insight or mystical experience. These moments are glimpses of superconsciousness, windows into the infinite nature of reality. While they are beautiful and transformative, it is important not to become attached to them. The goal is not to chase experiences, but to embody the wisdom they reveal. Superconsciousness is not a fleeting state, it is a way of being. Each insight, each moment of bliss, is a step on the journey, not the destination. Living in superconsciousness requires ongoing self-inquiry. Continually ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my highest self? Are my actions guided by love, compassion, and wisdom? This self-reflection keeps you on the path and helps you course-correct when necessary. Be honest with yourself, but also gentle. Growth takes time, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. One of the most powerful tools for maintaining superconsciousness is meditation. Meditation quiets the mind and opens the heart. It connects you to the stillness within, the source of all wisdom and bliss. There are many forms of meditation, but at its core, meditation is about presence and surrender. When you sit in meditation, you are not trying to achieve anything. You are simply being. In this state of pure being, desires lose their grip, and the light of superconsciousness shines through. Another key aspect of living in superconsciousness is surrendering to the flow of life. This does not mean passivity or resignation. It means trusting that life unfolds as it should, even when it does not align with your expectations. Surrender is the realization that you are not in control of everything, and that is okay. When you let go of the need to control, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities of life. Ask yourself, am I resisting the flow of life or am I moving with it? Surrender brings peace and allows you to act from a place of clarity and strength. Superconsciousness is also about embodying love, unconditional, all-encompassing love. This love is not limited to romantic relationships. It is a state of being that permeates every aspect of life. When you act from a place of love, you transform yourself and the world around you. Love is the highest expression of superconsciousness. It is the force that binds us all, the source of our deepest joy and fulfillment. As we bring this journey to a close, let us reflect on what we have learned. Mastering desires is not about suppression or denial, it is about transformation and alignment. Reaching superconsciousness is not a distant goal, it is a state of being that is always available to us. Deep, lasting bliss is not found in external achievements or possessions, it is cultivated from within. So I leave you with this question. Are you ready to live in superconsciousness, to embrace your true self, and to experience the deep, lasting bliss that is your birthright? The path is challenging, but it is also the most rewarding journey you will ever undertake. Take the first step and the universe will meet you with open arms. Thank you for embarking on this journey.